How do you feel about where the team's at after this week? You mapped this out. How were you guys able to execute it?
I feel good about where the team is at. I feel good about how we were able to execute this week and what we wanted to get done. I know the guys have expressed that they just want to get back to playing basketball. These weeks, and we had one earlier in the year with the Fires. We had another one when we didn't make the in-season tournament. These weeks can be good for rest and relaxation, but when you're in the rhythm of playing every other day, it's a little bit different. So I think the guys they just want to play a game. No, they'll be good.
KJ, you mentioned that Luka feels like nobody can guard him. You talked about this a bit on the podcast with LeBron in the past, but when you were in that position, getting switched on to a Luka or a LeBron back in your playing days, can you describe emotionally what that felt like in that moment when you were on the island with one of those guys?
Well, first of all, I think I said it as a joke because every great player, and frankly, most irrational players, which half the NBA are, thinks that no one can guard them. I thought no one could guard me, and I was a 16-point-a-game scorer at my best. So that's every good player thinks that no one can guard them. There was no emotions to it. Just get a stop. I mean, I've spent a lot of my career guarding primary scorers. Maybe at the end, it was basically let's hard foul the fuck out of this guy so I can get off of him. Maybe it's my second foul. Get subbed out, all good.
DJ, obviously you spent 15 years in the league as a player, but you talked about at the beginning of the year, it's different. It was first time coaching a game. Now this is your first playoff game. Is there any difference compared to what you did all year with this team?
No, because again, I think our team, our staff, myself, we operate out of doing what we can control, and we have a good system in place for how we prepare. We have a good system in place for in-game stuff. I get a little juice before every game. I'll have some extra juice probably tomorrow, but that'll be it.
JJ, there are teams that every team that's left believes that they can win the title, but they're the teams that really, really believe it. As this year's gone on, it's become pretty clear that LeBron believes that there's an opportunity with this team. What have you seen from him as that belief is sort of cemented?
I mean, the belief's there, and you're correct in your assessment that it's evolved into where it's at right now on this state. I think that LeBron's confidence, belief in himself and his teammates, when that's there, it empowers the group even more. And so if the rest of the guys believe it and LeBron believes it, that really strengthens that resolve and feeling.
That stretch after the Fires, you poured a lot into minus the San Antonio, but really poured a lot into you guys defensively. And what was the effect that had on the group in terms of this identity that you guys are able to build?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've had to alter some defensive stuff and offensive stuff throughout the season. I think that's what you have to do as a coach and a coaching staff, is you adapt to your players and you adapt to the situation. I think in particular that stretch, his confidence level and buy-in to what we were trying to do on that side of the ball as we were adjusting to AD's injury, the trade, us being a terrible transition team to start the year, his belief and buy-in to what we wanted and what we needed was so high that the rest of the group had to follow it.
On the opposite end of the coin, you struggled mightily in that game in Minnesota in December. Obviously, the Miami loss followed. You spoke several times about the discussions that occurred after the Miami loss. Is he any semblance of that same player? Have you kind of figured out what he was going through, what the team was going through back at that stage of the season that Minnesota lost?
Why would you bring that up?
Because there's been progress.
No, we're in a good spot, and we're focused on who we are right now, and that's the most important thing. And I'm sure me, Scotty, Nate, the rest of the staff will, maybe Bron will be invited, but we'll open a bottle of wine and at some point when the season's over and go through all the stories from this year, and it'll be fun.
JJ, guys have said that you're really different as a player and as a coach. Is that just something?
How so?
I don't know. I'm curious your point of view on that. Is that something you put thought into, or is that just by osmosis with the rules?
I don't think I'm different. I think I was different as a player when I was a rookie versus my 9th year versus my 12th year versus my 15th year. I think I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get better in everything I do. And frankly, I hope I get to do this a long time. And I think I look at this playoffs as an incredible opportunity for our team and our group. It's also an opportunity for me for growth. And I'm going to be challenged, and it's awesome. I'm excited about it.
I know you don't want to give away the game plan, but like, what have been some of the top line focuses for you guys in the last few days, Minnesota specifically?
I think just being very specific about so Minnesota, and this is not trade secrets because you can just look this stuff up on different websites, but they're in the top 10 in frequency of every single action, meaning off ball, ISOs, posts, pick and roll, DHOs. Like they run a lot of everything, I should say. They run a lot of everything. And there's certain things that they're awesome at. There's certain things that they're pretty good at. So it's really just figuring out clarity on all the stuff they do. And then you have to allocate the time to make sure that certain things are really sharp. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Along those lines, they're top 10 offense, they're top 10 defense, but since Julius Randle came back, they're also like 16 and 4. Is that his presence coming back? Is that them healthier? Why in this last 20 games are they winning more?
Well, there's always like growing pains, I think, for a team that makes a trade at any point. That could be in the summer, that could be 2 days before the start of training camp, that could be mid-season, especially if you prepare all summer for something and then it gets changed last minute. I think that takes time, and so that's kind of how I view their early season. And then Dante and Julius were hurt for a good stretch there for about 13 games. This is the actualized version of who they are. Like, this is who they are. They're one of the best teams in basketball. The top 10 offense, top 10 defense, it's a credit to their players, it's a credit to their coaching staff. We have the utmost respect for them as an opponent and as a challenge.
It's not that going into this postseason. How do you handle the nervous anticipation that's there, or are there any things that you just look on? Or is it like everyone knows exactly what they have to do? They can calm themselves down.
You talking about as a team?
Yes.
I don't. I mean, every guy's different. Every guy's different. I know what I did as a player. I know what I do as a coach. I know what a good idea of what LeBron does. But every guy's different.
JJ. Sorry, what? Joe, what's this week been like for you guys to lock in on yourselves first and then the test that's in front of you?
Been very detailed. This week been very detailed. Got up and down a little bit. But me and my first playoffs, I can tell the difference, like as far how much the details matter. So for the main week, that's probably been it, the details.
What's the feeling like going into a playoff run knowing that you have LeBron and Luka?
This is my first one, so I'm very confident. I don't know what to expect, so I'm just gonna go out there and just play hard. But I'm feeling confident every time. But having Luka and LeBron definitely made me feel more comfortable.
Like, how does that show itself, I guess, in terms of film, game planning, for internal scouting, but also external scouting when it comes to Minnesota?
I just feel like everything is like enhanced. Film used to be like 30 minutes, now it's probably 45. We on the court going through things a little bit longer than we usually do. just making sure that we all on the same page. That's the main thing, making sure we're all connected.
How much Anthony Edwards have you watched this week personally?
We're watching a lot with the coaches and especially on my own. We're watching a lot of Ant, especially all the guards. We're watching all the guards.
When you watch Ant, what stands out most?
Explosive quickness, shooting a high clip right now at the three-pointer, and it's Ant. You know, he's one of the best players in the league, so definitely know he's gonna bring it out there. So.
How's it been with LeBron, the way he manipulates the game? There was a play that I watched recently with you in it. He told you to go to the corner three, and then you and Dorian interchanged. And then out of the pick and roll, he finds you into the corner three. So how is it like, dealing with him and the way he sees the game and manipulates the game too as well?
Yeah, he's definitely different. Especially since this week, like a major shift. I thought he was just that. Now I've seen him take his mental to a different level. Now he asking questions I don't even know what he's talking about some of the time. So I actually got to go ask somebody else to break it down for me. So, 22 years in the league, you just got to listen. Year 4 for me, so whatever you say, I'm going to do.
When you've been around him this year, as this team has won more games and built confidence as a group, how have you seen his approach change? Have you seen his confidence and buy-in get greater as the games meant more?
If anything, he just doubled down. I feel like he gets more locked in, especially when the time like playoffs. You could just tell the shift with his whole mental. He got even more shift, more vocal. He's already a vocal guy. Now he's extra vocal for us. So yeah, he's locked in. He's ready. It's obviously he hooped, so you kind of get that connection right there from him. I think he understands players, and I think he get that because he played basketball. So I feel like just for me, he understands the type of guy I am. So he's not gonna put me in no positions to hurt myself or anything like that. He's gonna put me in a position to succeed. That's what he's been doing. So.
Bron, can you talk about your level of excitement and anticipation as you get ready to go into this next phase now?
Obviously it's an exciting time for all basketball fans and all the players that can be a part of the postseason. It's a great time for basketball. The competition ramps up. It's always fun.
You spent 5
playing games, it's been played a game 82 to just have a chance to punch your ticket. How have you used the time that you guys were able to earn?
Need to work on my body, keep my mind fresh, and focus on the opponent at hand.
There was it looked like a little bit of a tweak in the game against Houston. Are you good?
I'm available tomorrow.
More of a fun question. There's been times throughout the season that guys talk about you against you, and I just want to know how you kind of got, like how they earned that, and how you remember all of it.
No, it's not an earned thing. It just kind of happens. I have no idea how I remember the majority of them, if not all of them. I have no idea, but it's definitely a chemistry thing that I started a long time ago with my teammates, and been blessed enough to be able to have the mind to be able to remember them all. Even with former teammates that's not my teammates anymore. Everything. Playoffs demand everything from you mentally. Obviously, the physical toll that it's going to take because the games ramp up, the intensity ramps up, the physicality ramps up. The referees in the league allow us to play more physical, in the postseason, so your body takes a toll. But mentally, being able to have that mind, sharp throughout the course of a series, no matter if it's going good or going bad, you always got to try to stay even keeled throughout the course of a postseason in each series if you're able to advance. So. Absolutely.
Ron, I think since Julius Randle got back, I think they're 16-4. What have you seen that they're doing well since he's come back?
Everything. Very, very, good team and super well coached.
LeBron James the other day. It seemed like he was bad. Were you encouraged how you got the team down?
be able to defend. You got to be able to get stops, in the postseason. And we have a system that we've been working on, throughout the whole course of the season. And then, it's up to us to go out there and execute that. I think Coach and the staff, they put us in position to give us the best game plan they believe that gets us a victory. And it's up to us to go out and execute that.
I know that if you're in the playoffs, you feel like you've got a chance. But what does it particularly mean for you after 22 years, 40 on this planet, to have this sort of opportunity with this group as the 3 seed? I guess how energizing is that for you?
I mean, it's a blessing. I don't take it for granted to be able to play in the postseason at my age and how many years I've played in this game. So to be one of 16 teams, to go in with this team and know what we're capable of, all you can do is ask for is a chance to be able to compete at the highest level and be able to compete for the ultimate thing, and that's the Larry O'Brien Trophy. So, you just don't take it for granted.
You know what championship teams are made of. Are there the ingredients in this room to be a championship team? Do you believe?
Yeah. Of course.
After the Houston win, both Austin and Luka said, "Hey, we're about winning championships." As a man who's won several, what do you like about this team going into the postseason?
Obviously, you want to be healthy going into a postseason run. That's most important. And then you want to be able to be playing at a high level, for the majority of the season. Being in must-win games, going down the stretch, playoff type intensity games, and we had that. But at the end of the day, I can talk as much as you guys want me to talk, but the game is won in between the 4 lines. I don't give a damn how much you know about a team, how much they know about you, all the talking. It's not about that. It's about once you get on the floor, the game is won in between the 4 lines. So you get a game plan, you go out and execute it. They're going to try to stop our game plan, vice versa. That's what it comes down to.
You got to experience the championship with Anthony Edwards this summer. What did you learn about him?
Anna's amazing. Unbelievable basketball junkie. Loves to play the game of basketball. Great kid. And all the success he's gotten so far throughout his young career has been awesome to see. He's put the work in.
Dave McMenamin.
21 games so far between you and Luka. What layers have you been able to find offensively compared to the initial chemistry you built?
Offensively, give Luka the ball, and if we stay ready, we never got to get ready. All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, man.